Is the Bitcoin crash finally over? Was 3.8K the bottom? And is it time to get this crypto? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Today we're going to discuss the possibility that 3.8K was in fact the bottom. Is there any credibility to this? And if so, is this a point in time where we could start thinking about, hey, is this actually beginning to look like the potential market cycle low here? Could we be actually looking to head into a disbelief rally at some point over the next few weeks to months? And could this be a time in the trend where maximum potential opportunity is presenting itself? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up, all right? So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame. Now, clearly, we all know Bitcoin wicked down to 3.8K and has shot right back up. I mean, the wick down to where we're trading now is insane. Bitcoin is trading roughly 40% higher than where that bottom actually was stuck in at. Now, it's not so much where we're trading at now that concerns me. It's where that we could be trading, in several weeks from now. And this is where it starts to get interesting. Here we are on the 4-hour now. And you could see, ever since that wick down to the wick right back up, all we've done now is trade sideways. And I think it's warranted because for me, ladies and gentlemen, after a move of that magnitude, it's only natural that the market does cool off for a bit. And that is actually what you want to see here. You don't want to see more whipsaw action because, to be quite honest with you, if Bitcoin continued to go irrationally up and down at this region, it would be incredibly difficult right now to actually paint a picture of what could potentially be going on with further price action. For me right now, we've seen a wick down and now we're consolidating. That doesn't matter if the consolidation was down near 4,000 or where we are right now, currently around 5,400. It doesn't matter. It's just that the selling has stopped for now, right? That's all. The price that we're at doesn't matter to me. It's that the selling for the time being has stopped. Now, this was a pretty serious drop here. This was a capitulation-esque drop, and that's why I was showing you guys here the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle. Capitulation generally ends the market cycle, right? And these cycles generally pop right back down from where they once came. So keep that in mind. Make a mental note. Keep it in mind that this cycle started, This cycle started right here, back at the breakout around 4,000, took us up to 14,000, and now we've popped essentially right back down to where we came from. This shouldn't be news to you guys. I've been preaching it on this channel day in and day out, that this was likely going to be one miniature market cycle, in and of itself. And the fact of the matter is that these cycles generally always revert to the mean. And that's why also I think it still is a little bit scary for the macro trend, which we'll discuss, because certainly, my friends, this region here around 3K doesn't have to be the mean level of the market cycle that took us to 20K. It could be much lower than that. We'll talk about that later. Let's continue here with the potential bottom first, okay? So where we are at right now, currently in this trend, we have to understand two things. One, the selling was of significant magnitude, and it came with very large volume. Look at the volume profile here compared to the rest of the volume that we've seen for months and months on end. The last time that we saw volume even, similar in terms of selling, right, was this massive capitulation down from 20,000, okay? Now, the thing is that when you are looking for potential market cycle bottoms, or at least a bottoming range, you do want to see a climax in the volume. That is a characteristic trait of a capitulation. The rationale or the thinking behind that is, well, if the largest volume came in, when the largest amount of selling came in, there may not be many more sellers left, right? Because all of them essentially were capitulating at the same time. Now, I'm not saying that has to be the case, but I'm saying that this is a possible trait here of that volume profile mixed in with this excruciating debacle of a dump here. I mean, it's possible that the sellers are at least exhausted for a temporary amount of time here. Now, there are a ton of overwhelming outside factors here. I mean, we certainly have the global equities markets, the stock markets crashing around the world. We have the widespread illness epidemic going around the world right now, causing fear and panic. And my friends, I do believe that is going to weigh on the Bitcoin price here. I mean, you guys know I generally don't like to talk about the news. I mean, it really... I even put out a video on the news, yesterday, and I actually regret doing it because the thing is that many people here in this space, if there's any negative news, they don't want to hear about it. Oh, Kirby, what? You just don't believe in Bitcoin. Stunad. Don't give me that garbage. You know day in and day out that it's Don Carbonaccio hitting you here with the realism. If the news looks bad, it looks bad. I'm not going to sit here and try and turn garbage into gold for you because it makes you feel better at night. Little James with his Visa gift card, $100 worth of Bitcoins. Kirby, you just... You could chirp at me, cluck at me like a chicken, little James. But the fact of the matter is that Don Carbonaccio is only going to continue to look at this market for what it is. And right now, it is extremely high risk, in my opinion. And until all of those outside factors subside, the charts here, for me right now, are going to be subject to existential problems, right? So keep that in mind, that right now, my analysis here on this chart, it's at a higher probability for outside factors to come into play, right? And usually I'm one that says, let me look at the chart, and the chart will show me what the outside factors are saying. And that still holds true. But I just want it to be known that I'm here under the impression that if the stock markets continue to decline, I mean, Bitcoin could decline right with it. I mean, we've seen the correlation thus far. But, moving all of that aside, I think it's possible that we are seeing some seller exhaustion here. I do think that it was also necessary and, expected that we were going to fall down to this 5K to 3K region. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are subscribed here, you would know that I put out a video just 3 days ago, my friends, that pointed out the potential drop down to the 5K to 3K region, okay? And that was while Bitcoin was still all the way up in this vicinity, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back a few days. Bitcoin was right there, and I posted that video before the 50% drop to the downside. The thing is that I even had comments on there. One of the comments said, "This is unnecessary, Kirby." Unnecessary. Do you not get it? I don't post this because I'm trying to, spread FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I post these videos because it is what it is. It looked like there was potentially going to be an end to a market cycle here after a downward sloping trend line on a failed creation of a higher high, lower highs, over and over and over and over again. Little James sitting here, Bubble Boy James, saying, "We're going to all-time high, said visit James." And now listen up, ladies and gentlemen. These crypto degenerates, Corey the crypto crackhead, Moonboy Montgomery, Average Joe, and James at the water cooler, they're going to continue to be bullish on this price action no matter what. Bitcoin could fall to $200 a coin. You see, Kirby, the selling doesn't matter. I'm just gonna hodl. One day, Kirby, one day. You're never gonna change the mindset of these degenerates, ladies and gentlemen, so be careful on the analysis that you're watching. For me here, what I can tell you how I look at this market is from a perspective of the charts. If it looks bullish, I'm going to say that it looks bullish. If it looks bearish, I'm going to say it looks bearish. I'm never going to tell you that the fiat system is going to collapse. You know, Kirby, it's hard money. There's only 21 million corns. The fiat system's going down. There's plenty of other channels for that, ladies and gentlemen. But right here in the house that Don Carbonaccio built, what I can tell you right now is that this, to me, looks like the selling has potentially subsided, that we could be due potentially for a reaction rally bounce if the global equities markets allow for it, because I am under the impression that if the global markets still continue to sell off, Bitcoin is probably going to sell off as well. That is just my prediction there. It does not have to occur. But if that is in fact the case, let's go out to the 1 day here. I want to show you guys. We do have the Fibonacci extension targets here. Let me make sure that this is, let's go to the regular chart here. Let me pull this. Excuse me, where is the bottom here? Okay. We could see, my friends, that from this move down, let's actually use this move here, the last swing high, okay, that we do have a potential Fibonacci extension target right back up into this honey hole of Don Carbonaccio, right? Up here, anywhere up to about 7,000, right? Between the 0.5 and the 0.618. Between 6,500 and 7,000 really wouldn't be that crazy, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, to get to. Or even here, if we use the logarithmic as well. I just want to show you with the log fib here that the 0.618 and the 0.5 fall right in the middle of this, between 6,000 and 6,600. And we could see this is the line in the sand here. So for me, this whole range here does have the potential to be a ping pong zone where Bitcoin could test up into resistance, then down, back into support over and over and over again before finding really what this market wants to do. This could potentially be an area of stagnation, okay? It doesn't have to be, but it could be. And maybe if this is going to be the market cycle bottom, we could form somewhat of a U-shape, right? Rather than a V-shaped recovery that I know every degenerate wants to see. They just want to see this. Moon! 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 But the thing is, my friends, is that that doesn't seem very realistic to me at this point in time. If Bitcoin is going to recover, for me, the pattern's either going to look like a U, like this, with a lot of sideways trading, or, you know, something like this, before then going back up. But the problem here as well, my friends, is that right now, that type of shape and that type of behavior could just lead to this being one gigantic descending triangle. I pointed this out yesterday if you're subscribed. And if you're not subscribed already, if you're new to the channel, my friends, I'm telling you, click the subscribe button now and tick the little bell and select all. You tick the bell, select all. I post about once per day. This, my friends, is going to be the most realistic technical analysis channel on Bitcoin you will find. I do not sugarcoat anything for you. The Don tells it how he sees it, okay? And for me right now, this trend, albeit we may have a short-term bottom here, I still am under the impression that this could be very dangerous. Now, if you guys are subscribed, you would know that I've pointed out the possibility of Bitcoin maybe testing down to the $1,000 region, just the same as I pointed out Bitcoin up here potentially testing down to the 5K to 3K region. Now, what was the basis behind that? It was if we lost this support up here above 6,000, that there would be probably no support down until this region here, where we could see a capitulation-esque drop into this territory. And what do you know? Ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. The Don called it to a T, nailed it to the wall. And right now, it's very much the same scenario, that if we would lose this support here around 3,000, my friends, I don't see much of anything here really until about the $1,200 area, with this prior swing high blow off top all the way over here to this consolidation. And it's a loose range, my friends. It is a loose range. I mean, there's not much there. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, the mining right now could become troublesome. in terms of profitability. It doesn't have to. It can all change. I understand that. But Bitcoin, if we continue to drop here out of sheer global panic and the global equities selling off and applied pressure for market participants to just sit in cash, I think that the sell pressure on Bitcoin could come back. But if the global equities continue to bounce back up, we had a nice close on Friday. If the global equities continue to bounce up, I do see potential here, especially with this volume profile being so high, with the fact that we are seeing a nice potential recovery wick there in terms of buy pressure coming back. The fact is that we're still oversold on the one-day RSI. We're near oversold on the weekly RSI. I do think, my friends, that if the global equities don't start crashing again, that Bitcoin could potentially be forming a bottom here. But we have to keep in mind, this whole red area here is still potentially the new ceiling of this market, okay? Just like this area here between 9,500 and 10,600 became the ceiling, right? This up here, just like that became the ceiling. It's very possible that just how Bitcoin got stuck ping-ponging in here before it dropped, I do think it's possible now that Bitcoin could get stuck in here before it drops. We really need to understand and watch for the developments inside this range. Right now, I'm plotting, strategizing to potentially crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. If you're not already in my VIP, in VIP I post all of my trade setup ideas, my entries, my exits, my targets, everything exclusively in VIP. My friends, today is truly the day. If you're not already in my VIP, you need to join today, and I will see you in VIP right now after this video. I'm going to be strategizing for my next move here in this range, whether it's up or down. Right now, I'm not looking to get caught like a deer in the headlights. I'm not looking to take that trip to Wrecked City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. Leave it. Let them stand by that water cooler. Let them sip out of that cone-shaped cup. Because each and every morning, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wake up here, scramble up some farm fresh eggs, couple of strips of applewood smoked bacon, and a tall, tall glass full of Moon Boy tears is going to be filling up for Don Carbonaccio. Because I don't care if this market continues to fall. I'll look to short it. I'll potentially look to dollar cost in on a bullish entry as well. I need to see the developments. And if this trend looks like it's going to go up, my friends, I'll be looking to play the long end of it too. Take emotion out of it. Take your bias out of it. Right now, I remain neutral, cool, calm, and collected, ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. And my friends, I'm going to keep you up to date exclusively in VIP with every single entry, exit, target, strategy, etc. that I formulate here for this very specific range. So we're going to need to see here, my friends, the developments are going to need to take place. I figured I would make this video here today to keep you guys just updated with what I'm seeing here. There hasn't been much price action after this, so there's really been no development for me to continue on right now. But the fact of the matter is here is that I can only be on YouTube once per day. In VIP, it's around the clock. So if you want to see all of my entries, exits, targets, trade setup ideas, strategies, all of it, VIP is where you need to be. My friends, if there was ever a time, today is truly the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. My friends, if you could today, smack a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm, and I really appreciate you so much. I hope that you appreciate me as well. If you could leave a comment as well, it really does help the algorithm. Anything, my friends, a smiley face, thank you, Kirby, get wrecked, Kirby, anything you want. Post a comment. I appreciate it more than you know. My friends, I need to get back to my VIP right now. I'm going to be strategizing to potentially crush this next move here. If you want to see all of my trade setup ideas for the potential next move, then I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And my friends, until next time, the Don has spoken. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.